Students, whatever homework is given to you, you have to submit it on the very next day between 8 am to 1 pm to the given WhatsApp number, and it is compulsory to submit your homework as your attendance will be marked on the basis of your submission.
He played a few notes. Lali stumbled behind him on her violin, which looked quite helpless and unhappy in her hands. What a difference! The music master's notes seems to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible tracks of the melody. It was like the wheels of a train fitting smoothly into the rails and whizzing along, as Ravi said. Mridu stared at the huge bee-ringed hand moving effortlessly up the violin's stem, making lovely music squeak. There was a Lali drilling again. Now here Ravi explained that see, the music teacher was playing the violin very smoothly without any putting effort. Effort means putting pressure on his hand or just having the pain in his hands. And while he played the music, it's very soft, lovely to hear. Melody means soft and sweet music. Now, and when Lali played, it irritated our ears. Irritate means we did not like the music to hear. Now, but Ravi didn't think here that Lali is now learning. Lali is learning the music, how to make music, but he, on the other hand, starting criticizing Lali. And when again Lali start the music, same thing he repeated. Ravi, send that beggar away, cried his mother from the back veranda where she was with Tapi. He has been coming here every day for the past week, and it's time he found another house to beg from. Pati explained to Tapi. Mridu and Meena followed Ravi out. The beggar was already in the garden, making himself quite at home. He had spread his upper cloth under the neem tree and was leaning against the trunk, apparently prepared to take a little snooze while he waited for the elms to appear. Go away, said Ravi sternly. My Pati says it's time you found another house to beg from. When Ravi was just making fun of Lali, by the time his mother called, Ravi, send this beggar away from here. From the week he is daily coming and asking the food from me. Ask him now to find another house for the food. And this way Ravi went back of his house to send the beggar. When Ravi went backside to the house, even the Mridu and Meena too went behind him in the garden. And what they saw, that the beggar, he had spread his ragged cloth. Ragged cloth means dirty and torn. Torn means having the holes in the cloth, and that ragged and torn cloth he had spread under the neem tree and was taking little bit rest. Snooze means little bit rest, like feeling like to sleep. And as he was closing his eyes, the Ravi said, go away from here, my mother said, because you had continuously begging from this house. 1 week passed. Now you had to find your food from the another house. The beggar opened his eyes very wide and gazed at each of the children one by one. The ladies of this house, he said at last in a voice choked with feeling, are very kind souls. I have kept my body and soul together on their generosity for whole week. I cannot believe that they would turn me away. He raised his voice. Amma, Amma, oh, said his sad his wail might be, but it certainly wasn't fable. It began to in a deep, strong rumble somewhere in his withered belly, and came booming out of his mouth with its few remaining teeth stained brown with bitter chewing. When Ravi said that my Pati asks you to move away from here, that time the beggar opened his eyes in a very unhappy way and looking at each child with his very big eyes, and then he in a low tone said that the ladies of this house I know are very kind hearted, soft hearted. They will never hurt my feelings. And in a very sad tone he said this, and again he shouted, Amma, Amma, please give me some food. And as he opened his mouth, Ravi and the 3 children saw that some of the teeth were not there in the mouth, and the teeth that were present in his mouth were completely red in color as he was chewing the beetle. With this, his teeth has become very bad. Ravi, tell him there's nothing left in the kitchen called Rukmani, and he is not to come again. Tell him that. She sounded fed up. Ravi didn't have to repeat it all to the beggar. What his mother said had been easy for them all to hear. There under the neem tree, the beggar sat up and sighed. I will go, he said wearily. Only let me have a rest here under this tree. The sun is so hot, the tar has melted on the road. My feet are already blistered. He stretched out his feet to show large pink peeling blisters on the soles of his bare feet. Now, when the beggar shouted, Amma, Amma, Rukmani heard this, and again she shouted in a very loud voice and said to Ravi, ask this beggar to go away as there is no food in the kitchen. Ravi never repeated this word because everyone could hear what his mother said. Then the beggar said, okay beta, I will move. Let me have a little rest. As in the afternoon, the sun shines brightly and it is too hot even on the road. So hot it is that even on the road, tar means that that even it is melted. It is melted, and while walking on the road, I have boils on my foot, And as he stretch his foot, as he make his legs straight to get up, the children saw the boils on his foot and they become very, very sad. I suppose he doesn't have the money to buy chappals, Mridu whispered to Meena. Ravi, have you got an old pair in the house somewhere? I don't know, said Ravi. Mine are too small to fit his feet, or I had have given him to him, and his feet were larger than Mridu and Meena's. The beggar was shaking out his upper cloth and tightening his dhoti. He raised his eyes and looked fearfully at the road gleaming in the afternoon beat. Shh, said Ravi. I am thinking about it. Blurbing, it's not fair. It's not fair. Isn't going to help. In 2 minutes, he will be frying his feet on that road. What he needs is a pair of chappals. So, where do we get them? Come, let's search the house. He pushed Mridu and Meena into the house. When the 3 children saw the feet of the beggar, they felt very bad, and even there was a tears in the 3 children and in the eyes of the beggar. So they were just murmuring with each other that this poor beggar might not have any money to buy the slippers. So this is the condition of his feet. Even the sun shines very brightly, he won't be able to walk on the road with the barefooted. Barefooted means without chappals. So we should find the solution for him. Ravi said, my feet are very small. His feet are very big, so he won't be able to wear mine. Even the Meena and Mridu said, our feet are also small. So Ravi said, let's find out some other way to help him. Just as she stepped into the veranda, Mridu's eyes fell on the old looking chappals she had noticed when she arrived. Ravi, she whispered on him. Whose are those? Ravi turned and glanced at the shabby looking but sturdy old slippers. He beamed and nodded. These are just the right size, he said, picking them up. Mridu and Meena followed him nervously back into the garden. Here, Ravi said to the beggar, dropping the slippers in front of the old man. Wear these and don't come back. The beggar stared at the slippers hurriedly, flung his towel over his shoulder, pushed his feet into them and left, murmuring blessing to the children. In a minute, he had vanished around the corner of the street. Now, these 3 children went inside the house to find out the chappals for the beggar, and in the veranda they saw the shabby chappal. Shabby means the dirty, the slippers that were filled with the dust. And Mridu showed Ravi, whose these slippers are. Ravi did not thought anything. He just picked up the chappal and he had given to the beggar and asked him, wear these chappals. And when the beggar saw the slippers, he became very happy, and as soon as he could, he wore the chappals and started murmuring. Murmuring means slowly in a polite and slow voice. He was just giving the blessing to the children, and he moved from there as quickly as he can. अब बच्चे बहुत दुखी हो चुके थे उसके पैरों को देखकर, जैसे उसके पैरों में छाले हुए थे। तो रवि ने कहा, मेरे पैर तो इतने छोटे हैं, मैं से अपनी चप्पल दे नहीं सकूँगा। मृदु और मीना ने भी यही कहा। तो अब उन्होंने सोचा कि चलो हम घर के अंदर देखें, अगर किसी की चप्पल इसके पैरों में आ जाती है तो हम वो चप्पल दे देंगे। तो अचानक से जब वरांडे में पहुँचे तो मीना की नज़र उसी चप्पल पर पड़ी। जब जैसे उसने घर के अंदर आई तो उसने बोला, ये धूल से भरी किसकी चप्पल है। तो रवि ने ना इधर सोचा ना कुछ सोचा, बिना सोचे वो चप्पल उठा ली और उसने आके भिखारी के सामने रख दी और भिखारी से कहा, लो भैया आप ये चप्पल पहन लो। तो भिखारी की जब नज़र चप्पल पर पड़ी तो वह बहुत खुश हो गया और उसके खुशी से उसके आँखों में आंसू आ गए और उसने जल्दी से अपने पैर उस चप्पल में डाले और धीरे धीरे अपने बच्चों को, तीनों बच्चों को आशीर्वाद देते हुए वहाँ से चला गया। अब बच्चों, रवि उस म्यूज़िक टीचर की तारीफ़ करने लगा कि देखो, जब म्यूज़िक टीचर वायलिन बजाता है तो हमें कितना अच्छा लगता है सुनने को, कितनी प्यारी आवाज़ आती है। उसने एक एग्ज़ाम्पल दिया, जैसे गाड़ी चलती है एक जैसी आवाज़ आती है उसकी, जैसे मानो उसके जो रेल से और उसके जो नीचे टायर हैं, छोटे छोटे व्हील्स होते हैं गाड़ी के नीचे, जिसको हम टायर कह सकते हैं या चक्का कह सकते हैं, वो एक दूसरे के बीच में इतनी अच्छी तरह से फिट है कि एक मधुर आवाज़ लगती है। तो रवि ने उस गाड़ी की आवाज़ को अपने वायलिन की आवाज़ से दोनों को कंपेयर करते हुए कहा कि म्यूज़िक टीचर बहुत ही प्यारी आवाज़ निकालते हैं जब वो म्यूज़िक बजाते हैं, बल्कि हमारी लाली जब बजाती है तो हमें गुस्सा आ जाता है, लेकिन वो रवि ये नहीं सोचता कि लाली अब सीख रही है, लाली अभी म्यूज़िक टीचर से सीख रही है। ऐसे वो बोल ही रहा था, उतने में उसकी माँ की आवाज़ आई कि रवि, इस भिखारी को कहो यहाँ से चला जाए। पूरे हफ्ते से यह इसी घर पे रोज़ मांगने चला आता है। आज इसे कह दो कि दूसरे कहीं पे जाके अपना खाना मांग ले। रवि घर के पीछे आता है, उसके पीछे पीछे मृदु और मीना भी आ जाती है। रवि ने भिखारी को देखा। वो अपना पुराना सा टॉवल जो गंदा है और थोड़ा फटा हुआ भी है, वो नीम पेड़ के नीचे बिछाकर उसके ऊपर बैठा है और पेड़ के साथ वो लग कर ऐसे आंखें बंद करके बैठा है और खाने के इंतज़ार में बैठा है। इतने में रवि ने उसे आके कहा कि मेरी पाती कहती है आज खाना नहीं दूंगी मैं, आप किसी और घर पे जाकर मांग लो। तो भिखारी ने बड़ी बड़ी आंखें कर बहुत सहानुभूति नज़र से, दया की नज़र से तीनों बच्चों को एक एक करके देखा और फिर दुखी आवाज़ में धीरे से कहा कि मुझे पता है इस घर की औरतों का दिल बहुत ही दयावान है, बहुत ही नरम है, ये मुझे भूखा यहाँ से जाने नहीं देगी। ऐसे कहकर वो फिर ज़ोर ज़ोर से चिल्लाने लगा, अम्मा अम्मा मुझे खाना दे दो, मुझे बहुत भूख लगी है। ऐसी आवाज़ में जैसे वो चिल्ला रहा था तो रवि ने, मृदु और मीना ने देखा कि उसके मुंह में कुछ ही दांत बचे हैं और कुछ दांत उसके गिर चुके हैं और जो बचे हुए हैं वो भी लाल है। तंबाकू पान खा कर उसने अपने दांतों की दुर्दशा ही बदल दी है, गंदे से दांत किए हुए हैं। फिर अम्मा ने ज़ोर से चिल्लाकर कहा, रवि इसे कह दो आज रसोई घर में इसके लिए कुछ भी खाने को नहीं है। रवि ने नहीं कहा क्योंकि उसकी अम्मा की आवाज़ भिखारी के कानों तक पड़ गई थी और भिखारी ने कहा, कोई बात नहीं बेटा, मैं यहाँ से चला जाऊँगा, लेकिन मुझे सिर्फ़ थोड़ा आराम करना है। तो रवि ने कुछ नहीं कहा, और जैसे उसने कहा, देखा धूप बहुत है और उसके जो अपना रोड पे जो डांबर होता है काला काला जैसे, इतनी धूप थी कि डांबर भी पिघल रहा था। तो भिखारी ने जैसे ही अपने पैर सीधे किए तो रवि, मृदु और मीना ने क्या देखा, उसके पैर एकदम लाल हुए हैं और उसके पैरों के नीचे छाले भी पड़े हैं। तो रवि ने धीरे से मीना को कहा, शायद इस गरीब के पास पैसे ही नहीं है चप्पल खरीदने के लिए, इसीलिए इसके पैर की दशा यह है। तो रवि ने कहा, मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन अब क्या करें, इसके पैर तो कितने ही, इसके पैरों में छाले हैं, अब इतनी कड़क धूप में वो कैसे जाएगा। तीनों आपस में ऐसे बातें कर रहे हैं। इतने में भिखारी उठा और अपना कपड़ा झाड़ने लगा और दर्द भरी आँखों से वो तीनों बच्चों को देख रहा था। तो मीना ने कहा कि हमें इस भिखारी के लिए कुछ करना चाहिए। तो रवि ने कहा, चलो हम घर के अंदर चलते हैं और देखते हैं। इतने में उनकी नज़र पड़ी म्यूज़िक टीचर की चप्पल पर। तो उन्होंने म्यूज़िक टीचर की चप्पल उठाकर उस भिखारी को दे दी और भिखारी उन्हें आशीर्वाद देता हुआ वहाँ से निकल पड़ा।